Kelsey, can you hear me? No? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you.
Great, great. Good to see you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming.
Oh yeah.
Let me get the introductions out of the way. So let's just start with today. We're going to be having another conversation, a session of conversations with friends featuring my fellow YouTuber, Kelsey from SVU&OC Reacts. You can check out her channel on YouTube. I'm going to link her channel name and link her information in the description below. So today we're going to be talking about everything Law and Order, including probably Law and Order, SVU, and OC at this point, because we're catching up. So you guys enjoy, but I'm so glad it's been extremely patient with me, you guys, because I have like canceled this thing a couple of different times due to other stuff. But anyway, let's get right into it. So how are you doing? First of all,
I'm doing good. Yeah, doing really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, doing much better. It's starting to, the weather's starting to break here, so thank God, because I cannot stand snow. Anyway. So a lot has happened in between. If you hear that beeping, it's my Dexcom for my diabetes is telling me my sugar is too high. I don't care right now. But anyway.
No worries, you're okay.
So anyway, like I was saying, a lot has happened. So we had the wrap up to the arc with the Wheatleys happen. And now we're in a new arc with this Donnelly guy. So we had the Albanians. Actually, we had Richard last season, the Wheatleys. Then we had the Albanians. Then we had the wrap up with the arc with Wheatley. Now we're going to be dealing with this Donnelly guy. We'll get to that later. So I checked it out yesterday, and I checked out the original Law and Order. So I've seen the last couple of episodes, and I don't know, I'm so impressed. Like I missed Sam Waterston, I missed Anthony Anderson. He's playing Bernard. I don't know about this guy playing Nolan. I don't think I've seen him anywhere before, but somebody said he was in something else. But anyway, the guy that's working with Bernard, the black guy that's on the two detectives, he kind of reminds me of Elliott in his younger days because he's so angry. And I want to find out, why is he so pissed off all the time?
That's funny because I've heard some people comment on Twitter that they remind him of Tucker.
Oh, now he do look like Tucker. They did.
He resembles Tucker, and that's why people, I think, are kind of like, why do you look like Tucker? Because Tucker was such a hated character, especially when he got together with Olivia. So I can kind of see him resembling Tucker, but I do see what you're saying about him resembling Elliott, in his younger days, him being like, fighting and, him and his anger issues for sure. But Tucker also had that too. So
sure. Like Elliott was off the chain when he was younger. He's always been a great detective, but I used to question, like, I don't know, his tactics at sometimes, even though I love Elliott, but yeah, this new guy, I guess he's a new guy. I was like, wow, he acts just like Elliott. But now that you said that he looks like Tucker, I can totally see that. So, wow. Yeah, that's right on the money right there.
Do I think he's Tucker though? No, I don't think he's Tucker at all. Tucker was just a real jerk, with when Elliott and Olivia were partners. And then of course, he got together with Olivia after Elliott left. So
yeah. I don't know. I liked Tucker and Olivia at the time because I knew Elliott was out of the picture. Out of all her boyfriends, I think I liked him the most. But he was a total jerk to Elliott when they were, partners. Like he was on him like white on rice. And I was like, So, because he was in that department where they do all the investigations.
IAB. He was IAB. Yep.
Yeah. So he was always coming down on Elliott so hard. So yeah. My dog, I'm so sorry. So she hates my neighbors. Like she hates my neighbors. But anyway. So can you get her, please, Koya? My daughter's gonna get her. So okay, so it's like I said, it was good to see Anthony Anderson return as Bernard. And of course, he looked so much better. I mean, he had a lot of weight loss in between the time that he originally
he
took
did.
the role, and then he, took the role again. And he was in Blackish. So I love him in Blackish, and I was glad to see him. Then, like I said, I love to see Sam back. I don't know too much about these new prosecutors, though. There's a woman prosecutor, and then there's this other guy. What do you think?
I agree. We don't know too much about the new prosecutors yet, but a couple people are kind of already shipping them together.
Really?
I'm like, it's been 3 episodes. What are y'all doing? But now I kind of see it. So I'm like, great. Thanks for taking that into my head.
Oh my gosh. So, when you said that, I was like, because she was eating his fruit, and he was eating fruit out of the same container with her. And then when she took the fruit, he looked at her like, oh my God, where are you going? So I kind of see it. They do kind of they play on this, I don't know, it's not type of a relationship yet, but it does seem like they jive well,
Yeah,
like
no, I agree. They do. They click really well.
Yeah.
I think they work really well
together. I think she's like yin and yang. Like she's the good one, he can be the bad one, or he can be the bad one, she can be the good one. So it's interesting to see. I'm going to throw this phone across the room. Yep, I'm going to do it. There you go. Phone's across the room. But so anyway, I guess I could see that too. So it's interesting to me how they just picked up after 10 years of being off the air, and you're just going to pick up like it's nothing. So did you think that they did that well, or do you think people still have lingering questions?
About the reboot of Law and Order, I don't think so much people have questions, because people cared more about SVU because of Elliott and Olivia's relationship. I think that between all the Law and Orders, people like SVU the best, like I said, because of Olivia and Elliott's relationship. With this one, I was just curious to see what they were going to do. I was glad that Anthony Anderson came back too. I liked him a lot. Jeffrey Donovan's character, who plays his partner, I thought that was a really interesting, they seem they jive well together too.
They do. Like he has to like calm him down, but Anthony Anderson's character Bernard like keeps this guy kind of woke and out of trouble at the same time. It seems like, because he be coming off like, wait a minute, you can't be saying racist stuff or getting out of pocket, trying to go arrest Black people or any people at this point. So I was like, okay, well, he gonna have to like rein him in just a little bit. So I think it's a good one. Now I was gonna see Chris Noth, but as you were saying before, due to the sexual allegations, against him, that we probably wouldn't see him. I don't even know how that went. Like, I know somebody has said something about him, but I don't know, has he gone to court or anything like that? Do you know of anything?
As far as I know, he hasn't gone to court yet. I think he's just mainly kind of off the grid, basically, just kind of hiding out, probably being with his family. So I don't think anybody's said any more allegations against him yet. If they are going to go to court, I don't know, but it's just really sad and unfortunate, because I really liked him in
I did too.
Law and Order.
I think we all were waiting to see, and I'm just presuming, but I would have loved to see him again. But I'm telling you, in this cancel culture, you better watch your mouth, watch your hands, everything at this point.
I agree 100%. You can't do anything anymore without people saying
anything or do anything or brush up against anybody accidentally. Everything. And I'm not diminishing the charges that may be coming against him. Maybe he deserved it. But I was just saying, in this society, it just seems like sometimes people are taking things a little too far at this point. That's just my personal opinion. But so, and then the woman, Cameron, that took over for Agatha.
I love Cameron, man.
Oh my gosh. I love her. The Ghost Whisperer.
My mom did too.
Way back, but I loved her. And I thought, wow, that's a really interesting dynamic that they just brought, because she can play a role and play it down, or she can play it big. Either way, she makes it so good and believable. So to see her in this position, I'm super excited to see what she's going to do, as far as the squad room and what's going to go on. So yeah, I like that.
Me too. Well, she was in the practice with Dylan McDermott.
Oh,
so there was a picture. Yeah, there was like a picture floating around. I think it was at the same time he was doing the Wheatley arc, and it was him, Cameron Manheim, and somebody else in the picture. But yeah, they were on the practice together.
So they're keeping it together. They're like keeping all the people together. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Go with what you know. Go with what you know is going to be golden. That works. So I'm interested to see if they're going to do a crossover between OC, Law and Order SVU, probably sometime in the future. But would it just coming back on? I think it has to stand on its own for a minute before they do that. I didn't read the article that Sam Waterston's had out, but they said that he was talking about how SVU has now become the big thing, where before it was Law and Order, and now SVU has topped that. And he was, of course, giving them their accolades and stuff like that, because it's well deserved. Mariska deserves it. But I'm going to read it. I'm going to follow it later and see what I can find out about it for next time. But yeah. And I noticed they're bringing all these different shows back, but I'm glad they brought Law and Order back. So let's talk about SVU for a minute. The cases, man, I feel like, and I know, okay, people, they can boo me if they want, I don't care. But I feel like the cases are cases I've seen somewhere before, or arcs I've heard of before. It's always, and it is a sexual crime, special victims unit, but it's always rape. It's always this, it's always this. And I know they try to tie it up in a prettier bow, but I don't know. I love the guest stars though that keep coming back, the people that they bring back. But I think that Mariska, being a director as well as an actress, is really trying to show all this stuff in a new light. For instance, this last case they tried it as a hate crime for rape, which I thought was brilliant. I thought it was brilliantly done. I think it should be done in the regular world if it hasn't been already. And I thought that was great for them to bring it out. They always bring nuances to SVU as well as the story. The storyline might be old, but they bring their little pieces in to make it new again. So I thought that was pretty good. I love Finn and Liv's dynamic now. Like, they feed off each other so well. He almost knows her exactly what she's going to say before she says it.
Oh yeah, they've been working together for so long. Finn Ice joined in season 2, so he's been there just as long as Mariska. And then if you're talking about Finn and Olivia, the characters, he basically picked up the pieces when Elliott left.
I think so.
It's like a brother-sister dynamic. They know each other so well. She knows what he's going to do. He knows what she's going to do. And he's, her second in command. So
I like that. I like how you said that he picked up the pieces after Elliott left, because he didn't become an Elliott. He didn't become Elliott for her. He always maintained who he was. But he did kind of like carry her through that, because when Elliott left, it's not like he left a letter or a reason. He just up and left, so he left her hanging, out in the wind. So I do like that. I also like, because Finn speaks his mind no matter what. Like, he gonna say what he gonna say, and it's so
he's
funny.
Gonna say what he's gonna say and doesn't care.
He does not care at all. So I know you've noticed Amanda and CARISI.
I have.
So that they got together, and I was like, I was so glad. I was like, it's thinking about time, because I was like, okay, I saw him like sneaking, everybody saw him sneaking out together and being together and kissing and all of that. But I was wondering when they were going to call it official, because he already knows the kids. He's, Uncle CARISI. And I thought last week when he said, I'm tired of being Uncle CARISI, I was like, well, it's about doggone time you said something, because Amanda was just like, okay.
Yeah, but she wasn't ready, and you could tell that she wasn't ready. She's never been that type of girl. She's always kind of slept with these different men, and you know, she's got 2 kids by 2 different men. So
I still feel like she feels like she doesn't deserve happiness.
him.
She feels like whatever her sins were before, that they can't be forgotten, you know. But CARISI's been with her while she had the sins or whatever she thinks that she did wrong, and he's still been her friend, confidant, eventual lover, and he's still here. So obviously, you know, I think she should just let it go. I saw that she met his mom. She's gorgeous. His mom is gorgeous. Like, I was like, what? So I forget who plays her. But anyway, they picked a wonderful actress and a wonderful looking actress to begin with to play his mom. And I just thought it was brilliantly done. Now, we didn't get a chance to see his dad, you know, interact with Amanda, but I'm assuming that's coming, or maybe not. I don't know. But
yeah, that could be.
I hope so. I hope it's a big thing, because CARISI's really been into family, you know. So he wanted her to meet his family and spend some time with them, because he's a good, you know, Catholic boy, and you know, he's a good person. So yeah, I thought it's about time. And she needs to see Amanda, I mean, another type of family, because her family is completely crazy. You know,
her family's messed up.
Cray.
Her family's messed up.
Just jacked up for real. So I saw somebody put on Twitter, isn't it time for Amanda's sister to return and mess up her life again?
No.
And I was like, no, they need to kick Kim's butt out of there, because if she shows up, I'd be like, no, you can't stay here. Because
that last episode she was in, I wanted to punch her in the face. The last time we saw her, I hated her.
Don't you
she had Amanda cost her job. Like, you can't. No, please don't have Kim come back. Please
I know, because Kim, I'll be like, you got to get up out of here. I'm not going to do it, because it just seems like every time Amanda has a piece of happiness or a piece of serenity in her life, here comes Kim or her mom or her dad to, you know, drag her down. So I said, okay, I didn't like that comment on Twitter. I was like, no, she needs to stay gone. So yeah, and when they told Liv that they were together, you know, I thought that was good. And she was really happy for them, because I remember CARISI told her a long time ago that he liked Amanda. And she kind of like, she didn't really have that much to say, Liv didn't, but she was almost like, well, if you know, like her, you should tell her, essentially. But I was glad to see that she was just really happy for them. So what did you think about Mariska's husband, Peter Herman, being on the show, actually playing a love interest?
Well, I wouldn't call it a love interest. I think people are just, you know, they're being, what's the word? They're being really suspicious about that. They're, you know, I don't think that's the case. I think they're making it a big deal because Peter is Mariska's husband. You know, of course, he's been reoccurring, you know, off and on for years. He started on, I think, season 2 or 3. I think 2.
Yeah.
And that's how they met.
Yeah, so, they actually met on set. Yeah.
So I do think, you know, people were just making a big deal out of nothing, you know, because all the comments that I personally saw were just so negative, because they thought, oh, here's another, you know, derailment of Elliott and Olivia getting together. And I don't think that's the case.
I said love interest because I agree with you. I think that it's one or two things. Either they're going to play it as a love interest, as opposition to Elliott and her getting together, or he's just a good guy that she goes out with sometimes when he invites her to go out on events. And she's not with anyone, so she can do that, you know? So I just thought it was so cute that they actually keep putting him, you know, they're like, you know, put me in, coach. And he's in there, you know, with his wife, and they're going to work together and able to act together again. So I thought that was good. And I like it. I like to see stuff like that.
Yeah, I like Peter and Mariska together. They make a really cute couple. I mean, you saw it in the 500th episode, like they were giving googly eyes at each other, and that was a Mariska and Peter moment.
It
like
really
you could
was.
totally tell, like they're so cute.
He was as happy for her being as successful as she is as anyone else. He's like her cheerleader. Her husband is her cheerleader, and that's a good thing, because sometimes your husband can be jealous of your success, or vice versa. The woman can be jealous of the husband's success, but he was actually very, very happy for her. And you're right, they did look at each other as just what they do. They love each other, in real life. So I thought, wow, that was nice, and I'm glad to see it. I haven't heard anything else about Finn and Phoebe though.
No, because I haven't either. It's like she disappeared. It's like, are they still together? What's going on? So, because we haven't heard anything since the season premiere. Like they were still at the non-wedding. They're still together, but they didn't get married, and that was all we heard. So
yeah, that's all I heard, is that they weren't going to get married. It was such a good wedding too. I thought everybody looked great. So, what do you think about Officer Velasco, or Detective Velasco? Let me fix my screen. Sorry.
I think they should give Velasco more to do, because I've heard people say, he's a boring character. Why did you get rid of Kat and Garland for him?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, then give him more to do.
Right.
And that's the writer's fault. That's Lauren and Julie's fault for not giving him more to do. Because in this last episode, he wasn't even in.
He wasn't even
in the entire episode. So, but he's very cute. I will admit, he's very cute.
So fine.
He's very cute. Fine. He's a baby John Travolta. He's very cute.
You always hit it right on the head. Like he does look like John Travolta, early John Travolta. Oh my gosh, it's the hair. It's the hair, because he really
got good hair. John Travolta had good hair back in that day too.
I'm telling you, I do agree. They do need to give him more to do. I'd like to see more of his backstory if we get a chance. I thought, please don't make him have a crush on Amanda, or Amanda have a crush on him. I was like, we've waited too long for CARISI and Amanda to get together, so he's gonna have to get his own woman, because I'm not playing with him. So but yeah, and then I was thinking, did they hire Octavio Pisano because Demore Barnes and Kat were too expensive, and they decided to consolidate that into one actor, that budget amount, maybe for budget cuts or something, or because when you have to pay top salaries for two people, you're going to try to find a way not to.
That could be a possibility. I've never heard that. All I've heard is mostly about like kind of racist. It's a race thing.
I heard that too, because I don't know why they got rid of Garland or Kat. I mean, the first openly gay, detective on the squad, and you get rid of her knowing that there's a huge following in the LGBTQ community for SVU in general, and then they had a representative out there themselves, and then you cut it out. I'm not an advocate of people can do what they want. That's up to them. But I didn't want to see her go, because of who she played, and then with Garland, I thought he was a pretty good guy. But when they started sweating him about him covering for Olivia and all this other stuff, I knew that was going downhill quick, because I was like, okay, well, he's too nice of a guy. He needed to be harder, because all the other guys were like, we don't want you here, pretty much. So I don't know, but I do like Octavio Pisano. He's cute, like you said, but I definitely agree he needs something else to do, because he's not in this episode. He's not in this episode. He's in just a tiny bit of an episode when you do see him. So no. Okay, so we covered that. I'm trying to think, was there anybody else on SVU? Did you have anything that you want to talk about SVU this season?
Oh, what do you think about Jason Biggs?
Love him. I thought it was good to see him again. To me, he looks exactly the same. He's just gained weight.
He has not aged at all.
Not at all. Like
nope.
His face is golden. Like he's the same. It's
He's the
just
same.
like with me. You look a little older, but you look exactly the same. So yeah, I saw that they brought him back the last episode, and it was interesting how he took those entitled brats down.
Oh man, I wanted to punch all those boys in the face.
I wanted
that song.
I'm telling you, what? And I was like,
that
y'all
song,
the biggest dummies in here singing a song. You have incriminated just everybody in here.
You saw everybody's jaw drop in that room. Liv and Amanda, CARISI, and everybody. Yeah, everybody's jaw dropped. Finn, everybody's jaw dropped in that moment. I'm like, Finn okay, CARISI, arrest them, please.
Exactly. Like, hurry up. Let's call the judge, And Finn was looking at like, yep, I knew they were stupid because come on. That was just too much. I was like, wow. But it was good to see that. And if you haven't seen the episode, go and watch the episode. We're not going to tell you how it ended, but we thought they did a pretty good job. At least I thought they did a great job.
No, I thought they did too.
Yeah,
I thought they did too. A nice way to end it, and a very interesting way to treat, to try and have rape be a hate crime, or have it tried as a hate crime.
Exactly. It was addressed well. It was brought up well. The story was interesting. It was concise to the point. But yeah, so if you haven't seen it, please go out there and please watch it, because it's interesting to see that the dynamic is changing in the law system, especially for women or even men who've been raped. So yeah, I thought that was
watch
great.
The episode, see how it ends. Comment, do you think rape should be tried as a hate crime?
Absolutely. Comment on her channel, comment on my channel. Just tell us how you feel, because this is new. This is new. Do you think that rape should be classified as a hate crime? Is it a form of hate? I know it's a form of violence and rage. So yeah, let us know how you think, please.
Yep.
I guess we'll wrap that up for SVU, unless you want to talk about something else that's on the. Oh, one more thing. No, that's something else. I'll go into that later. Okay. Let's get into Richard. Now, the last time we talked, you were like, Richard's lost his freaking mind. So you were like, you need to see your boy because he over here clowning. So I was like, what is he doing that he's acting stupid? Because I didn't watch, not this last episode, but the episode before that, I hadn't got a chance to watch because I was sick. And when I did watch it, I was like, okay, he's lost his mind, because
100%.
I was like, 100%. Like Angela, I felt bad for her, because I thought when they ended this arc, we were going to find out that Angela was the ringmaster and that she was the one controlling all the puppets and strings. And it just didn't end like that, so.
No, it didn't.
And I felt like here it is, even though she was divorced from him, he still has so much power over her, physically, mentally. Here it was, she's still a battered woman, doesn't even bear his name anymore.
Nope.
But he just lost his freaking mind. He had the right one, because all he had to do is put that knife to my throat. That's it. Like, you're not going to see me anymore. And the next time you see me, we're going to have a conversation of some other caliber at this point. Because I said, wow, he don't want her being around, especially not Elliott. And
no.
I felt like Elliott was getting her in trouble too. Because
he knows the games that she's playing. She's playing as many games just as much as Richard did. So he was trying to help her, but trying to have her brought to justice too. So he was kind of playing two games at once.
You think she was playing games for Richard because he was crazy, or was she doing it not the relationship dynamic between her and Elliott? But do you think she was just doing what Richard told her to do because she was scared for her kids, for herself, for Sebastian even?
In the beginning, I did. But when you see him, the episode where he ties Sebastian up, you know, because he drugged him. He had that girl drugged and paid her to drug him. And he, you know, Angela's tied up too, looks, you know, makes it like he's gonna kill her, but he won't. He loves her. That's his form of love, which it's not.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it is. It's abuse.
Dangerously obsessed with her, and so that's what I knew he wasn't going to kill her, but then she stands up like it's nothing. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know, but I saw it differently, and I'll tell you why. Because my first husband abused me so much. I saw it on the flip side. I saw it as she was trying to save Sebastian, because Sebastian was not cooperating, and he was like, just kill me. I don't care what you do. So when she got up, even though she hated Richard's guts, she still went along like she loved him to take his mind off Sebastian. Because otherwise he would have killed him, because he didn't need him anymore. You know, but, and I thought, okay, well, she's playing the battered woman, but she's also looking out for people at the same time. But then I was starting to change my mind when they kidnapped Elliott's mom. When she was standing in the cut looking like a gargoyle in the corner, I was like, girl, get out of here with that. Because
I know, what was she doing?
I guess what was she trying to see if what was the guy's name she was with? The mother? Miles. I guess she was trying to see, is Miles gonna do what Richard said?
Richard said. Yeah.
You know, and I was
which
like,
he did, and he didn't want to. He developed feelings for Bernie, and I'm like, of course you did.
Of course you did, because she's amazing. And that's Elliott's mom. And why wouldn't he develop feelings for her? Because she's not crazy. She just has, you know, she needs medication sometimes. But I thought she over there looking in the corner, lurking, looking like she done lost her dang on mind. And I thought, okay, maybe she's not as good as I think she is.
That was my point too.
Yeah.
That was my turning point too.
Okay. So then, you know, Elliott was going crazy. Richard pushed every button that Elliott, and Elliott responded in violence. And I was like, okay, because he kicked his butt on that elevator. He was like, I'm not having it. He's like, I told you, if you mess with my family, if you come after me or my kids or anybody else, I'm going to hurt you. And that's exactly what he did. But I love the fact that Richard was like, I'm in your mind, though. I'm here. I don't have to be following you because I'm already here. And I was like, that's brilliant. That's brilliant writing right there, because he was in his mind more than anything toward the end. So what did you think about Richie? What happened?
They brought that poor kid back just to kill him.
No.
And I'm like, are you joking right now? Like, what was the purpose of him killing Richie?
Right. I mean, I don't know, because Richie is doing another show in Canada right now, which is why he couldn't be there all the time. So maybe they just wrote him out because of that. I'm not sure, but Elliott told him, don't bring his son. He told him off the bat, because they were like, well, what do you think? He was like, no, I don't think you should. But then they were like, well, what about the alternative? And he was like, okay, I guess he must have given in. And they, you know, but I thought, man, how wicked do you have to be to kill your kid? And he just killed him in cold blood. You know, he just was like, it wasn't like they got into a fight and it accidentally happened. He was just like, well, I'm thinking about the future. You're not going to be in it. You're dead. And I was like, somebody need to get him, because he just around here shooting people because he feel like it. But when Elliott told Angela that he had killed her son, she initially thought it was Rafi.
Yep.
But he started to tell her, no, it was her other son. And I thought she wasn't going to believe him. But he was like, look, of the person that's sitting next to you and me, who do you think is telling the truth?
Who are you going to believe?
Right.
Yeah.
And she had to believe him. And that's why she did what she did toward the end. And I thought, dang, you know, she knew he wasn't going to stop. she knew that didn't want to really live with Richard under his thumb wherever they were going, so she did the only thing that she thought she could do. So but I thought it ended tragically for her, of course, because they didn't find his body. So where's he at?
Yeah, that's the question.
I was like, how did this crazy man get out of the car? And because they didn't find him.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know. I don't know either. And here's my whole opinion on the whole Wheatley arc. They started it one way.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of went after Liv, or he started to. Then the second half, Liv wasn't even mentioned at all.
Not at all.
Which pissed a lot of people off, me included, because I thought, oh, for sure she's going to get a mention. Not even one. For sure. I thought for sure. Maybe even she won't be there to end the Wheatley arc. I knew she wouldn't be in the episode. I kind of figured that already. But I thought, oh, for sure she'll get mentioned. No.
Right. I thought they were going to work together and take him down. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too. So it started one way and ended the complete opposite. And it was just kind of messy. I don't know, because Eileen's not on OC anymore, right?
Who?
Eileen Chaikin is no longer the showrunner of Organized Crime.
No, I had no idea. Whoa, did she just leave on her own accord?
I don't think so. I think they fired her.
I
think it's like a Jamie and Damore situation. And nobody said anything. Chris hasn't said anything. Danielle hasn't said anything. Nobody said anything about her leaving. This came out, a couple weeks ago. And I don't know if it was in the middle of her leaving. They tried to rush and finish the arc, which is probably what happened.
Probably.
So it's a guy who, his name is Barry O'Brien. He is now the new showrunner of OC. But he hasn't been given credit yet.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I didn't know that, and I'll probably mention that on the podcast that she's not running the show anymore, which we really need to get you on the podcast as well. So
yes, I am so down.
Definitely.
For that. Absolutely.
Because you are so knowledgeable. You guys, she's so knowledgeable of SVU and OC and everything that's going on. She has a Twitter account, and she has several followers, hundreds of followers on that as well. This eyelash is getting on my nerves. But yeah, you guys have got to check her out. She knows what she's talking about, obviously.
I try and keep up just as much as everybody else, but they all beat me to it. So,
but you know what? And that's why you have your community that you have on your Twitter that I was noticing, because the community that you have, they feed you information, you feed them information, and it keeps everyone in the loop, which is how it should be, So I think that's great. I'd love to have more of a Twitter following. Hint, hint, you guys. But
please follow her on Twitter, people. Hint, hint.
Yeah, AVBO3, that's me. And what's yours, Kelsey?
It's at Kelsey, SVU&OC. SVU is in all caps, no spaces.
Okay. So now you know that you can follow her on Twitter as well. And you know what? If you want to be up in the know, you really should. So, so I guess
I do what I can, Evie. I do what I can.
And you do it well. You really do it.
Why, thank you.
I thought what's interesting now they're into this final arc for the season with this Donnelly character. Obviously, Elliott and his dad, they knew each other or whatever. Their dads knew each other.
Both dads knew each other.
Okay, so then this guy is a cop. Elliott's a cop. You guys really need to go see the episode. I'm not going to tell you everything that's happening, but I will give you a little piece. I'll just say this. Elliott's undercover again. He's undercover again. So, and this guy's a cop. Elliott's a cop. And I didn't know that he was undercover until like halfway through the episode, because the episode was so good and kept me guessing, because he had the argument with, I guess I could say that, he had the argument with Sergeant Bell, then he had the argument with Liv, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, Liv cannot be like this. Like, what are you doing? you're not helping him, and I thought, oh my gosh, like she's finally done with Elliott. But luckily, guys, it's not like that. So you need to.
No, it's not like that. I knew this might be a little bit of a spoiler,
go.
During the argument, because it was, argument. The stuff that Elliott was saying to Ayanna, I'm like, okay, this is fake, because he would never say that stuff to her face. He knows better.
Like,
he knows better. He's not that stupid.
Right, because she would check him immediately with the stuff that he was saying. And I was like, wait a minute, you ain't got nothing to say to that, to what he said? Wait. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, later on, I found out it wasn't like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Because I was like, this can't be happening. So I guess the part that I would love to talk about, which I'm going to talk about, and if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but I'm going to talk about it anyway.
No, please go.
Yeah, the hallway scene. The hallway scene.
Hallway scene 2.0.
Oh my gosh. I was like, wait. Because she's like, Elliott, my friend, and she's all in his face. And
so flirty. So flirty. Oh my gosh.
And then he's like, so my friend, can I invite you and Noah to dinner next Saturday? And I was like, say yes. But she was like, well, let me think about it, because Noah falls in love fast or whatever, gets attached. But man, there was something there. I was like, okay, they still playing around. I was like, come on, what are y'all gonna do? They making us wait so freaking long for something.
You talk about Rollins and CARISI. You got nothing on Elliott and Olivia. Okay, it's been 23 years.
23 years, and they're still not together. And they know they love each other. They know they love each other. She might not trust him as much anymore, but she loves him, and
she does, and he loves her.
My gosh. I was like, this is, I was about to jump out of my chair because I was like, come on.
Okay, they literally had the, I want to have sex with you eyes.
Okay, so it just wasn't me.
Nope.
It wasn't me. Because they would look at each other like, hey, and
I like your vibe.
Oh my gosh.
I like your vibe. What's up?
I know. They were feeling each other, definitely. And that's why I was going to jump out of my seat, because I was like, come on already. Kiss her, do something, pull her close. And I was like, you know what? I'm finna be mad. So, but I loved it. I love the hallway scene. And I cannot wait to see if they embellish on that, if they go forward with that. How's that going to work out? If she's ever going to go to dinner with him, because we never saw him go to Christmas with her, or her come to his house for Christmas. Remember? Because he asked her to show up, and we don't even know if she did that.
So here's my other take on that. A lot of people were really, because we had the Christmas episode, where he asked her, to invite her and her son to his house for Christmas dinner. The look on his face, he heard the knock at the door, he was so nervous and so giddy. It was like it was so cute. His whole family was there, his kids, he's got 2 grandsons, and, and then he opens the door, Belle walks in. It's like, okay.
I know. I was like, it's her. Not that I don't like Belle, because I love Belle. I just was expecting Olivia,
We all were expecting Olivia.
Yeah, because we were like, what the freak are you doing if you're not bringing Olivia over here? So yeah, that was something else. And I was like, hold on a second. So I was like, that's something else. I was like, whatever. But I don't know what they're going to do, especially with the Miss Eileen not writing anymore for them or being the showrunner. So I don't know if this other guy's got some good sense and is filling out Twitter and the rest of us to go ahead.
That's what everybody's main concern is. Okay, you have this new showrunner who's a guy. He better give us Elliott and Olivia together, or we're not going to watch anymore.
Exactly.
It's getting to that point for people, because after the Christmas episode, I think there are 1 or 3 episodes in January. And then we had the Olympics hiatus, which was a month. That, you know, and then the first episode back after the Olympics, we got nothing, you know, concerning, you know, Elliott and Olivia's relationship. Did she go to his Christmas dinner? You know, we got no answers, and that pissed a lot of people off, me included.
Absolutely.
I was irritated. So
totally.
And then no Olivia mentioned at the end of the Wheatley arc, which I thought for sure she would get a mention. Nothing at all. So you got people who are getting very impatient, getting very tired, especially, you know, we've been invested in this relationship since day one. You've got people who've watched SVU since 1999 who want to see these two get together.
I've been watching this since day one. You know, so, and like you just said, there's so many of us out there, and even people that didn't start at the beginning, but have went back to the beginning just to see what happened, you know, what's going on this time. And I know we're going to run out of time soon. So I guess I would say, did you saw how Eli looked at Elliott at the end when Elliott's shaving and now he's got that thing on his back?
That tattoo.
What do you think Eli's thinking at this point?
He's fed up with his, you know, his dad's going undercover. He's like, really, you're going undercover again? I've seen a lot of people say, like, why is he going undercover again? And that's the main reason I think Olivia doesn't want to go a step further with Elliott, because he is going undercover again. I think she did use Noah as a cover. Yeah. But he is going undercover, and it looks like it might be more dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
Than the Albanians, because he's with his fellow cops.
Kathy died. He's taken the most dangerous assignments he could possibly take, you know? So I think you hit that nail on the head, that she doesn't know what his mindset is really, you know? That's why she doesn't want to get into anything more with Elliott, is because she wants to see where he's at, you know? And she's had to pull him out of so much stuff to pull him back to who he is. So I don't know. So I thought that was interesting that Eli looked at his dad like that. You know, so do you think Sebastian should have went back to prison? I mean, because he did a lot of good while he was out.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if he should have went back to prison or not. I think I do agree with what you said. He did a lot of good. You know, he basically helped, you know, them try and get Wheatley. But I saw he was in handcuffs again, so maybe they're giving him a lighter sentence. I don't know.
I hope so.
You know,
I hope they all testify on his behalf that, you know, he was cooperative from day one. When he got out, he says, I'm out to do something and I will turn myself in. And he did. And Richard kidnapped him, you know, so then he got caught up with that. So, but other than that, he would have just given the money to this little girl's family and then went back to prison. You know, because he's too smart to be in prison. He can get out anytime he wants, pretty much. You know, he can figure it out, you know, but I feel sorry for him. I know that he had a guy died during what he did, and he's really sorry for it. So I'm hoping that they will testify, Malachi, Jet, all of them, on his behalf, so he'll get a lighter sentence, or at least be transferred to a jail that's not surrounded by complete murderers. So I thought that was interesting. So I mean, it looks like we've got our work cut out for us, guys, because we're now following Law and Order, SVU, and Law and Order Organized Crime. So that's 3 things. We don't mind because we love them all, but it looks like, you know, we got our work cut out for us, and I'm so excited to see the original OG Law and Order brought back. And I know Kelsey is, and I know you guys are. It's going to be great. You're probably going to be seeing a lot more of Kelsey. Hopefully we can do this again really, really soon, because I really enjoy her company. I really enjoy her mind, the way it works, the way your mind works. You see a lot that other people don't see. And I think that's very interesting. Keeps us on our toes. And I love it. I'm going to do a shameless plug now. So I know you guys know that I wrote books. It's not really a written book. It is a notebook, but we have our Law and Order characters on there. This is Finn. We have Elliott. We have Amanda. We have CARISI. And we have Olivia. So if you guys, I'm going to link my information down below. You can get all of these on Amazon. They are very reasonably priced.
I will plug them too, Miss Evie, because I myself have bought 2.
Oh my God, thank you so much. That was a great surprise.
EO, man, EO, please give us Elliott and Olivia. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God, because you can take notes. You know, we love it so much. I take notes about what I want to say, questions I have about the series, you know, and you can write them down. It's 120 line pages. Why not? I mean, everybody uses a notebook of some sort. Why not, you know, represent or rep what you believe in, what you love, you know? So I thought, oh my God, but that's absolutely fabulous, Kelsey. I love you so much for that. That's amazing. Oh my God, that's amazing. I love you so much. So anyway, you guys, we are about done, but we want to just say that we love you guys out there. Law and Order On. We appreciate every time you come and see us. We're going to try to incorporate more people in conversations with friends, because you guys are our friends. If you want to be on the show, the information is listed below. You can just hit me up in an email or just hit me up in the comments. Hit Kelsey up in the comments if you want to be on a conversation with friends with her as well. You know,
yes, absolutely. Hit me up, guys.
Right, you don't have to be a YouTuber. Fans are like doctors. We know everything like about this show. So we would love to talk to you guys. But in the meantime, thank you so much, Kelsey, for being with me today. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for being patient with me, because I rescheduled so much. And I look forward to it.
Was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Now make sure you get a copy of this as well.
Yes.
So that way you can post it on your channel too.
Yes, absolutely. I will post on my channel as well. Kelsey SVU&OC Reacts is my channel. And then if you want to follow me on Twitter, Kelsey SVU&OC. SVU&OC is in all caps and no spaces.
Absolutely. You know your girl, because Evie said so. If you want to follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then my Twitter is EVIE03. That's me, right on Twitter. And you can subscribe to us both. You don't have to feel stingy. We'll both love you.
There's plenty of love to go around.
All around, because we're all family. We're all family. It's all good. Well, anyway, thank you so much. And I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Evie. It was an absolute pleasure. I had so much fun and can't wait to do this again someday soon, hopefully.
I really hope so soon. All right, you guys, you know I love you. Law and Order On. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.